Hi, this is Coleen Barnhardt of the Quilted Thistle, and I am working on actually just about finished up a charity quilt here. And I realized I haven't made a video in a long time, and this might be a great opportunity to show you how I move through a design from, in rows on a custom quilt without lots of starts and stops. And I was going to stitch it out for you, and I filmed the last block. Poor planning on my part. And the handle was in the way. So I'm going to actually just show you by drawing on this clear acrylic sheet over the top of the quilt how I do this. And hopefully that'll be even more helpful because there won't be the noise of the machine and all of that. So I have been working backwards on this row and working in the continuous curve on this section. And I using red marker. This is that Expo wet erase markers on the acrylic, and then I can draw my designs out here. If you don't use something like this and you're a custom quilter, and it's great for auditioning designs and coming up with motifs and different looks. So I highly recommend it if you have not used this for that. I use it all the time. So I would come to here, and then if you see where I can transition from this work into the center of the block right here, because there is just a natural entry point. And so that takes us, I would just continue my stitching here now into the wishbones. And when I am doing this, there's no marking. I'm just targeting halfway through the block on the line, halfway through the block on the line. But when I get to here, this point right here, I'm going to enter into this block because that's going to be the closest transition point. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch this until I get to here. And then I usually change direction and go backwards because it's just easier for me to remember what I'm doing. And I can stitch this ribbon candy all the way around. But this would be a good place to enter into this center section. And so I could do the continuous curve. And then I can come right back to this stop part where I entered and then continue that ribbon candy as if I never stopped. And so it just completely makes those transitional points disappear. As I come around this corner, I just wrap it around the corner, and then I push the points of those ribbon candy out in that other direction, so that there's a lot of really nice movement and framing qualities there. This one I don't have to start. I can just round that corner and then re-point those. My ribbon candies don't touch because sometimes they touch and sometimes they don't, so I'm better off, I think, leaving just a hair in between them. When I come to this point, then I can, sorry about my overhead lights. Let me see, there. Then I can just continue that loop there as if I had never stopped on that wishbone design. And then I can just continue that. I'll go very, very quickly all the way around the motif, or the block with the motif until I get to where I started, and then I can just jump right back into this and continue across the quilt. And no stops, no starts, there aren't backtracking issues on the back where there's a lot of thread buildup, which there's a lot of negative space on the back of this quilt, so I wanted to minimize that as much as possible. And just makes it moving through from one side to the other a lot faster, makes your custom quilting still look awesome and cool and unique, but you know, not as time intensive as if I'd have to stop and start in every block. So I hope that's helpful and that you learned something, and I'm more than happy to field questions, but I hope, like I said, I hope that's helpful. And have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in Oregon City today, and I hope that you are having a beautiful day wherever you are. Take care.